Good day and welcome to Obidati Family TV. The program na Hope Alive. Yes, Hope Day. Every day we go come out to the talk about hope. Because without hope, I don't know what thing will carry the go. So Hope Day, and Pio don't tell us say make we continue to the make things, make it this new Nigeria way with the power to enter, make it day possible. Now all of us, they join hands. Wherever on a day, on a good morning, afternoon, and evening, we don't come again. And what we carry come today, now to buttress the point of hope again. Yesterday, we talk about this woman who graduate from Chicago State University. We reach out to them through all the obedience and well-meaning Nigerians say, may she help us with her Chicago State University certificates where they give them. Make she help us with them. Would they get, would they few people will be say they won't reach us or some don't reach us, say better news won't come out from that side. We pray say better news, make she for come out, give us the something. We will talk about that very one later. Then again, we will talk about the thing wey be say it dey happen for Chicago State University. They begin now, they block their X account wey be Twitter, and because obedience and well-meaning Nigerians don't begin they make inquiry, they tell them say make them for do the right thing wey they supposed do. We even hear say some people they ask them say how much for certificate and all that. We go bring wetin dey happen for space this very hour. We go bring again wetin Tinubu talk for NBA conference when he enter there, and how the same Tinubu then tell and say make him come the same conference last year, make come tell lawyers, senior lawyers, the plans wey he get for Nigeria and how he wan carry them. He no gree go. But now in waka go there, make him foresee how them go begin legitimize them, and then don't begin they do something like that. We go carry that one come out, and plenty other things will be say we go bring, will be say now to bring hope to obedience worldwide, and people will be say then there for Nigeria. Not be only me go talk all these things. I get Princess and I get Esther for house here, and also for Zoom our own Maxwell. They there to analyze all the legal issues and every other thing where they carry come in Stanbic for Zoom to join us. But make we come back for studio. Make we start from there.
Okay, my well-meaning Nigerians and my wonderful #1 obedience family. Welcome to another episode of Hope Alive. We get plenty news. Story we go gist, we go totori una for belle today. Welcome and join us.
Good day to my well-meaning Nigerians and fellow obedience worldwide. We never forget to bring hope to you every day. Don't lose faith in our cause. New Nigeria is possible. Welcome back to Hope Alive.
Yes, a new Nigeria is possible. We don't even they reach there. You know, even say just like people they talk say 16th of December, of September, na deadline. That one no too thin. Now you know even na days then they call them now. So the new Nigeria where they talk, they very possible. It's just for the judiciary to do the right thing. Where would they wait them and hope say them go do. Make we hear from Maxwell. Make you for greet our people. Make we for Van what they go.
Afternoon to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here once again to have this conversation with every well-meaning Nigerian out there. I'm happy to be here, and I remain UC Maxwell. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, Maxwell, we'll start from you before we come back to studio, because waiting with the here say that very same court will be say for US. When they handle and Tinubu matter about Chicago State University and the documents and everything where they ask them to bring, that district court where then they call District Court of Northern Illinois. I be no be say I no find my tongue, but I know say na Illinois for the state and na Chicago. So this same court, I hear say na the same court where we say na he handle that Tinubu's case of Forfeiture and the drug case that very time. Say na the same court gongo, and the information where we they get be say them fit even reconsider that to revisit that case if the need arises. So as I come hear that thing, I come talk, so whether this thing fit even happen as far as Tinubu carry him mouth go through for their matter there. Now I say make you for bring them up, make you analyze them for us, make we know with the news where they come out from US say that kind of thing fit dey possible now, whether if it happen for your own side as a legal analyst where you be.
Thank you very much for your question. The thing is, yes, the case is in the same district court. The matter will be here like this because of say, if you follow the entire story where they come out from this same Tinubu, everything we don't happen, they happen within Chicago. The matter for the drug case, it happened within Chicago. The matter for in WAEC matter, the school we say in go, now still within Chicago State University. If you check the address, we've been come out for that issue for the drug case, all of them now still for Chicago, all of them follow happen. So everything they within the same area, within the same state, where all of these things they happen. And as the matter don't come out for the same court, so where they've been tried that drug case, then they constantly try this same certificate matter. The question we go come dey there be say, is it possible say they fit bring up the drug case again? Well, this question is dependent on the particular issues where they surround these circumstances. Because when you want to talk about the possibility of bringing up another case or bringing up a case where they don't finish here before, or say they want reopen matter where they been done finish before, the only possibility where this one fit take happen, they say when it don't come within the knowledge of the court, say new facts don't arise, say they don't see new matter inside the entire matter, and say that time we then decide the case. Say if to say this new matter will arise, this new facts will come out, say if of it go different way, say it possible say maybe the judgment for go like this or if for go the other way. So now the only thing we feel make them try the matter again. But you know go just stop there, say they go reopen the matter. They need to make application to reopen the matter. So they no go just use say because of say the discuss Tinubu certificate matter, say they will come go reopen another case again, where we say relate only to criminal case. Because this matter so with the court now just issue of certificate and Chicago State University and article carry the matter go. But the case of drug matter now the states by themselves now carry the matter go court as it relates to drug issue. So you know they related with this particular case. But since this Tinubu case don't come out, you know, so when that one been happen, they proceed to forfeit that money, that $460,000, sake of say Tinubu no agree present himself for Chicago. The question is say Tinubu don't go Chicago today. Now only in lawyers now he don't send go there go defend them. He never go Chicago. So if the state decide say they want to reopen that case, yes, it is possible if they don't get new facts. But even at that, they will still need Tinubu presence. Say they won't try them for those criminal offenses we been commit, we relate to the trafficking of drugs, narcotics, and the rest, and money laundering will be happen for 1993. So now the matter be that.
Okay, thank you. As you take do this, because the information they get will be say they come out from you, the way they suggest say other things will be say we no even expect fit come up for that very side, because as the lawyers where they represent and they there now, the question fit arise again. And they, aside from the forfeiture where they don't deal with, the person where they give me information from US for that side, it talks say the drug matter and the pending indictment say is still there. Say they can raise up the issues of that very narcotics trafficking wey be say e dey there in that very time. Even when they talk say they don't seal them, say now for somebody to bring the matter up or lawyer to bring the matter up, since the lawyer is there for that same court, say na court na go decide whether he won't hear that very matter and to suggest whether indictment go follow, because them talk say indictment even na ordinary citizens for there na then they come they do jury work and the rest. Whether you know how that one they take the work too.
You see, just like what I talk, the procedures they different. When you they talk about criminal matter, we don't happen. Remember, say the case, just end for say they pending. They deliver judgment for the matter. If you also remember, the sentence person go prison, where they serve sentence for prison, and then Tinubu can still forfeit money, $460,000. All of these things for the matter. So it means say they look the whole matter and they deliver judgment. So they know fit from this civil matter, we only relate to certificate, take bring up that matter. If at all they won't bring them up, they need to bring them up under another motion again. They go apply to the courts, say we don't generate new fact, we don't see new issues we relate to this matter, and we want more now open them. The mere fact will be say they mention them for this civil matter, no mean say they go join them, because Chicago State University no be people who even follow for the former case where Tinubu forfeit money. Say for this matter now 3 people na in the court. Number 1 na Atiku, number 2 na Tinubu, number 3 na Chicago State University. And if you see, these 3 people no follow for that criminal matter before. The only person will follow na Tinubu for wearing for $560,000. So even if they won't decide, say they go bring up, like I don't tell you before, say if they possible, say they feel reopen criminal case we don't happen before. If they don't get new facts, new evidence to take look into the matter again, say probably that time when they look the matter, they no look and finish, sake of say plenty things no come to the knowledge of the jury or the judge or the lawyers or the parties waiting for the matter. So even if they won't open them, they need to apply to the court for another different process again, where we say no follow for this Chicago State University certificate matter, because everything will cover this Chicago State University is stop for the certificates, the academic records, the document, people will sign documents and all of that. None of the issue relates to drug matter for for the case.
Okay. Now, as thank you for that very one, and for our person who say they watch us from the US, you don't hear how Maxwell talk but as he talk saying paperwork will follow Chicago State University and the certificate matter na plenty for that very court. Make we even dive to that very one before we come back. And here say this certificate issue don't make Chicago State University don't even block their all social media platforms and all that. Princess, I see say Oma they do muimui before we get back to Maxwell.
Yeah, so because of the way Nigerians they bombard CSU email, both their Twitter, their Twitter page, their Facebook, their LinkedIn page, everywhere. The thing shocked them. They did not expect this to come to them, because Nigerians cannot just sit and see what's happening and they will not do anything. Do you understand? So they had to go to their pages to ask if this man actually went to the school. Why are people holding the documents that can actually verify or maybe clear his name? You get? So this is just like, we just need these people to bring out the documents that we want and clear this and clear their name as well, because the reputation of this school is at stake as well. Even USA now don't join for the matter. Do you understand? So this is all, like all these things they need to clear it so that everybody will have peace. Them too will have peace.
You also
have
you
peace.
check those platforms to make sure that they are actually close to bring out the...
Yes. X Twitter, we checked it now. It's locked. It's on padlock now.
Okay.
What's the name? LinkedIn is also locked as well.
Okay.
Facebook, they cannot necessarily lock it, but they can delete your comments or block you from. Do you understand? So that's what they did on Facebook. If not, I'm sure say they for don't lock that one join. Okay,
Maxwell, before we come back to Esther, I want to make you, Maxwell, make you tell us how obedience even they feel now will be say, because I know say now well-meaning Nigerians and obedience worldwide, now them be the people will be say, then they parade, that is, then they go for that very platform X, asking all questions where we say they need answers to. And these answers, it be like say Chicago State University no get them. That's why they begin to run away from the thing. Maxwell.
No be say they no get the answers. See, let me state it very clear here that Nigerians have grown. Nigerians have gone past the level we were before, especially the Nigerian youths. I give all of una kudos. I celebrate all of una because it is unprecedented. Unprecedented. Say Nigerians go begin they look into matter. People will not do police course. People will not do detective course for school. All of them don't turn detective. People will not do journalism for school. All of them don't turn investigative journalists. Because even myself, I don't follow for the matter. We dey dig. But it shocked me, say Chicago State University go lock their social media handles, carry the key, put them inside mouth, swallow them for belle, say make nobody feel access their accounts. If like waiting our people for studio they talk, it is very correct. When this matter begin to happen, now we begin to go their handle, say, make them come out, come give us answer. Because this problem, I dey tell you, say they fit solve this problem under 1 minute. Under 1 minute, they go solve this problem. They go just tell us, say, this one are the certificates where we dey issue to people. This one are the one wey Tinubu bring. Make una check I did the same. Simple and short. Matter don't finish. But you see, when Nigerians can't go there, begin they ask for questions, ask for answers, ask for answers. As they no agree give answers, Nigerians come they talk, say, since una no want us answer, how much we fit take buy certificates? Say it's Tinubu buy certificates, or Tinubu go there, go get fake certificates. Wetin we fit pay, we take collect certificates, take come be president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As they see, say Nigerians don't they make them very popular, now they go lock X app for there, for where they call Twitter before. Now obedience and Nigerians see say, okay, if like say una say una stubborn, we stubborn personal. Now they run go find them for other social media app. They go find them for LinkedIn. As they go LinkedIn, now they begin to ask the same question, say how much we need to pay, may we take collect certificate. May una tell us waiting Tinubu pay, how una take give Tinubu certificate. When be saying picture no day for the yearbook when you say in graduate, no record of Tinubu. Now they kukuma lock the comment section for LinkedIn, say may nobody talk anything for their page again. That will not do. Obedience and Nigerians as we they talk, don't go find them for Instagram. They put them for their body as they go like this. So what we just they see, say these people they run away from doing waiting they very easy. They want and the hard way. How a whole state university no go fit come out clean. We understand say the matter of privacy they there, but again matters too we know they private. We know they tell them say at first we know say they must release Tinubu own. Show us a copy. The type one I issue for 1979. More will check whether it did the same. Now what would they ask? But now what we don't see for Nigeria, and I trust Nigerians, we will not give up. We will not see answers come. We will continue asking, and Nigerians are beginning to question the integrity of Chicago State University. Whether indeed now students when they go there, go school, pass exam, collect certificate. I be people just they pay money to get certificates. So now the matter is they go be this online. For social media and for every other place.
Yes, sir. And say no be this time, be the first time when I be birth certificates even come out. Even America get their own that time, and no be big. They carry and be as big deal. But at the end of the day, because at the time of Barack Obama, I think Obama brought out his certificate and it was shown. Abiesta, you tell me like that.
Now, okay, Obama own na birth certificates. When he be the president, he can't they argue about in date of birth. He can't come out, go bring out everything about in birth certificate. He can't bring out, can't show. So, but we don't reach our own turn now. Oh yeah, our INEC select president, show us your certificate. He will carry us go left, carry us go right. But now where we now get issue now with Chicago State University. The truth be say, not say the university. Then they corrupt to the core. Then they rotten to the core. But when they don't carry when many Nigerians and obedience, when they don't play on our intelligence and thought, wait till they go shut down, wait till they go hide. We don't say everything finish. So make they know we don't gather the whole information we will need. If they block us for here, we go for Twitter. If we go for Instagram, we go for Facebook. Yes. So make they know they carry us, they play. And secondly, and that's what they even want us said, Mr. Kanu, it no dey possible say Nigerians wey dey Chicago go fit go stage disturbing protest for front of that Chicago State University. Is it possible?
Yes, but no be disturbing as you take color. You understand?
Peaceful protest too.
Well, people when we say them there for Chicago, now them know how the thing they work for that side. Then go know the one where we say if it work as Nigerians where it they touch, make them know say the records where article want actually. They want how the man take enter the university in the first instance because he get one letter where them bring out that very time, and the letter they talk say they no get record of how him take pay in tuition. So how I beg Maxwell make you even help me unravel this very thing, because I won't know how somebody go enter school go talk say they no know how intake pay in tuition. Abi no be from bank to transfer to the school or na cash that in carry pay am. Then talk say in driver's record abi license. You get the things where they write for that their paper. Producer if it even display that very something make Maxwell for see am make him react for the second part. Because this very letter, na September 22nd of last year, they write, that is from to Matthew J. Cowles. I think that very distance. This is the first, he said, please be advised that Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Chicago State University from August 1977 to June 1979. He was awarded a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with honors on June 22nd, 1979. All this one day for dispute. Then where they talk now at this second part where he said, enclosed documentation is all the records we have for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now this Chicago State University, now them right, now then they talk this one. Now, he said, we do not have a record of any documentation for a passport, visa, social security card, or driver's license. Additionally, we do not have a record of how tuition was paid during his time of attendance. Now, Maxwell, make you help me deal with this very how this university go talk say they don't know how tuition was paid during the time he was attending that very school.
Well, the thing there is very, very simple. Like I told you, well, to be fair, now this thing we talk about so happened for 1979. Then wetin we see they relate to now the issues of documentation and everything. They say they no get the record of how tuition was paid. I feel even understand that one because of say say that time there were different methods of payment of tuition, and no beside they defend Chicago State University. But the fact is that you can tell whether indeed the person paid fees or not. Even if you no get like whether you feel know whether during that 1979 now like this they keep the record but the record no day. Now different talk be that one. I don't know whether or not they understand me. If the record that time they put on for computer, yes, okay, that time they put the record for computer, but as it be now, that record no day. And then if we they collect the money for hand and we they issue receipts, okay, the duplicate receipts where we they keep for our own office, that record no day. Not different thing. But for you to come, they tell us say you don't know how intake pay or whether I pay during that time. It is very, very shocking and surprising. It is very, very shocking and surprising. And one of the things we will not going to understand be say too many records don't come out from this same Chicago State University. And I want to make Nigerians take the chook mouth for this matter. Because for one place, they issue one certificate where Tinubu give 22nd of June day on top. Another place, they give a honor certificate be 27th of June day on top. Another one they give now 22nd day. Another one, this letter now where you bring, now still another 22nd, 9 day on top the document. Which one we won't believe? And all of these documents, people will collect and talk say they collect and legitimately from Chicago State University. Now this one they make us the question say how one university would they give different kind of documents? How they take keep documents? How they take issue documents? In what ways? Because you see, we are very, very intelligent people. We are very, very smart and knowledgeable people as Nigerians. I don't know whether they are beginning to take us as a joke say all these lawyers where they ask for these documents, or the parties where they involved no know wetin they really ask for, or say they don't know really wetin they want from the court. But Chicago State University needs to come out clear, plain, and tell us these are the situation of the things involved. Because this same, remember I said this same yearbook where we talk about yesterday, no be Tinubu they write for that yearbook. And this yearbook still come out from the same Chicago State University. How many documents won't come out from them will get discrepancy? How many? But, you know, we need to take it a step further, my people. We go continue to ask for this document. We will continue to the request, because for them to tell us, say, they no get passports, person will come their university from another country, they no get records of payment, they no get tuition fee, they no get any other thing. Say the only thing where they get now to show, say, he come out for 22nd of June for 1979. No, this one don't they no be say they fishy again, because this one don't they very, very meaty. It don't come out for fish, don't they enter meat. Now so the matter don't they go, because it don't they strong.
Wait. Okay, thank you, Maxwell. The other thing we say, we hear say a good thing they come out from that woman we talk about yesterday, as something tasty chicken, abi as a princess take talk and also this morning Esther also talk say we don't they get rest from people who talk say they don't they reach the woman, make sure for help us with her Chicago State certificate, make we for check whether grammatical error there. Make we also check whether the people who sign am na the same people where they between 78 where she graduate and that 79. And so Esther, may I not take your mouth chop on yours for that one?
Okay, from the investigation what we don't make, information don't reach the woman say, Madam, mommy, abeg come out, make you no follow for waiting the issues for the country. We know say the country dey already corrupt, and na for all these high people wey dey find their stomach infrastructure. But at least for the sake of your children and grandchildren, for the sake of the future generation, make you just kuma help us come out with your own certificate. Make we even compare whether we na the same thing wey then Tinubu don present to us, say na the same certificate wey come out from Chicago State University. Make you for help us carry your own come out, come show Nigerians and obedience, may we even know whether this thing na true na from Chicago State University e come out from.
Yes, I think that very one. The better news don't they come out say they don't they reach the woman, and the woman, as we know, Olayinka Adedayo, she's still there alive and healthy, and God go continue to bless, and they give excellent health where we say she go they live more and more. And even her shop where we say she they do business, we know say obedience and well-meaning Nigerians go they go for the shop, then go they buy things where we say she go they happy say Nigerians they patronize her well for her place. So with that very one, we don't give credit to her wherever she did. Make she for help us just the certificate. We don't want interview. We just say, show us your certificate where you graduate. We dey proud of you, say you come out from Chicago State University for 1979. We are very proud of you, Mrs. Adedayo. With that very one, make we waka enter. I want go back to our own UC Maxwell for the waiting they go on for NBA. Be like say NBA no even get respect again. They no get shame, or I don't know the word when I want use, because few days ago we see waiting happen. Just last year, Nigerians they look for Bola Tinubu to do an interview. He dey run kitikata everywhere. He no wan surface for any credible platform except the crowd wey carry go for UK go do interview. Now, this same NBA wey be Nigerian Bar Association now go carry the same person wey be say e no come meet them last time, and I know say our own UC Maxwell tweet am. So Maxwell, make we for sure wetin you tweet for that very, as he take the chook you for liver, make we for take am from that very side, because person wey be say last year the whole NBA Nigerian Bar, the place wey be say na big lawyer dem wey be say na dem know wetin dey inside constitution, na dem know say Tinubu never finally legitimize or litigate his issues when they for court. Now them still they invite him. And when they invite him, say make he come for the conference. Anyway, Sha, make we see waiting Maxwell talk, make him for explanate, give our people what he mean for in tweet. So now if you go see him for your own Twitter handle, in stock say Mr. Yakubu Mekiao son has advertently brought disrepute, disregard, and disgrace upon the Nigerian Bar Council. The decision to bring Bola Tinubu to speak at the opening of the NBA conference was a deliberate attempt to pass across the impression that the Nigerian Bar, which is a part of the judicial arm, has accepted the fraudulent and illegitimate presidency. Recall that just a year ago in August of 2022, the Olumide Apata-led NBA invited Bola Tinubu to speak at the conference and sell himself to the lawyers why he should be voted. In a similar fashion, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was also invited to the same event to sell himself on why the good people of Lagos should vote for him. What did they do? Both candidates from the same political party avoided the event, even though it was hosted on their backyards in Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu sent his Attorney General in a representative capacity. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kayode Ariwola, and many others were on the list of invited guests who avoided the conference of the biggest bar association in Africa. This same Tinubu, who insulted and disrespected the NBA in 2022 and found their invitation useless to his campaign, is the same person who Mr. Mekiao gave a platform. We are not blind. We are not foolish. We are not illogical. And we can add 1 + 1 to even get 11. We see all the moves by the Mekiao-led NBA. 1. Some weeks ago, he defended the barbaric act of DSS, where they attacked and dehumanized an officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service, that is the prison officers. Same DSS that the APC has used to intimidate Nigerians. 2. 3 days ago, Mekiao led the delegation to visit Tinubu in what I would like to call a solidarity visit. 3. 2 days ago, Mekiao granted an interview session with Politics Today on Channels TV. In this interview, he berated his legal colleagues, including Chidi Odinkalo and Femi Falana, for legitimately criticizing judgments of courts. 2 days ago, in the same interview, he watered down the EU report, which was a beautiful work done by the EU to represent the true nature of the election. I think, let me stop from here. Let's start with what even Tinubu spoke about at that very conference. It was really, for me, insulting to Nigerians when he knew the obvious. Let's take a listen to what Tinubu said on that conference, and then let's get back to Maxwell to explain to us all what he wrote in there. Let's take a listen.
Lines of legal practitioners and guests making their way into the velodrome of the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja, venue of the 2023 Annual Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association. Inside, there's barely any visible empty seat in sight in this massive arena, which is to accommodate more than 16,000 legal practitioners who registered to attend this conference. Also attending are ministers, several government officials, and federal lawmakers. The guest of honor, President Bola Tinubu, arrives the venue with his entourage, kickstarting the event. With the emergence of a new administration after the general elections, the theme of the conference, Getting It Right, charting the course of Nigeria's nation building, is timely. The president of the Nigerian Bar Association notes that the conference is intended to galvanize lawyers to effectively play their role in nation building and set the agenda for the new administration.
It is our intention that at the end of this meeting, we would have set an agenda on behalf of the people of this country, which we would use as a basis of engagement with Your Excellency's administration for the purpose of providing empowerment, for the purpose of securing the people of this country, and for the purpose of achieving smooth administration of justice in our country.
Speaking of nation building, President Bola Tinubu does not mince words as he calls for a change of approach to governance and collaborative efforts between government and citizens to advance development.
It is a shame not to have electricity for the majority of homes in Nigeria. Yes, poverty is not a shameful thing, but not acceptable. We must banish it. Can we continue to service external debt with over 90% of our revenue? It's a path to destruction. We cannot continue that. We have to make hard decisions.
A captain of industry and philanthropist, Mr. Tony Elumelu, emphasizes the need for urgent investment in the youth and entrepreneurs to galvanize economic growth and development. On his part, the newly appointed Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, promises to promote judicial reforms and the rule of law.
We need to renew our commitment to our youth. Provide them with the means to succeed in Nigeria and not beyond Nigeria. This means not just investment in our education system, which of course is important, but investment in our entrepreneurial culture.
With the general support of Mr. President, my ministry will dedicate its time and resources in the promotion of people-centered justice, in the implementation of the much-needed legal and judicial reforms.
Discussions at the conference would focus on three thematic areas of security, economy, and the administration of justice, which according to the NBA are interwoven and are elements responsible for the recovery and repositioning of the country.
We even pause for a minute from this very video. Make we even reflect on waiting Tinubu talk. Make the way the thing as I talked before, when in the talk, it go dey vex me because Nigerians and the lawyers will be saying as senior advocate of Nigeria where they listen to them. No, they even understand. Anyway, Maxwell, make I know take your time. You get time to talk on this thing. Make you tell us what you think.
Well, the thing they say, I no expect. I don't know why you did it. Thing they touch you for body, but I no expect anything meaningful or anything that is actually compassionate from Tinubu. Tinubu has never been a compassionate person. You know, we've seen it by antecedents, by the things he has done, even as the governor of Lagos State and the rest. So it pains me that they can confidently talk about the percentage of our debt, that be the percentage of our revenues, or the percentage of the money that we borrow. Remember that we still borrow money to take service debt, to take service the one where we borrow before. So it pains me that they can have the impetus to talk about this when somebody like Tinubu himself, his own pocket and his family's pockets are still being serviced by revenues from Lagos State. If they give you the figures that Tinubu is still profiting from Lagos State, you'll be shocked. So even Lagos State revenue is still entering into the pocket of himself and his family till today. As we speak, he still gets all the allowances, all the payments and everything. Just one man who only governed the state for 8 years. And that is the kind of governance, or that is the kind of rulership that we see in a country called Nigeria, our country. And that is one of the reasons why we need to take back, the country from them. Now, to respond to that tweet, where I talked about Mr. Yakubu Mekiao, a senior advocate of Nigeria. It is actually unfortunate. It is highly regrettable that a body like the NBA will allow itself to be put to such disrepute and disregard, that they will allow themselves to be disgraced in such a manner by a political figure in Nigeria. Now, I must state very clearly that the NBA is part of the judicial arm of government, whether anybody likes to believe it or not. Because every lawyer in Nigeria is a minister in the temple of justice. Equity, fairness, and justice cannot be attained without the dual roles of the lawyers and the judges. So they all form part of the judicial system. So I wonder why the NBA will allow itself to kowtow, to bow, to be rubbished by the executive arm of government. In 2022, just a year ago, this same NBA, when Olumide Akpata was the president, invited Tinubu. He was not the only person that was invited. Peter Obi was invited. Atiku Abubakar was invited. The Chief Justice of Nigeria was invited. Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, was invited. And Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu decided to avoid this conversation. They decided to avoid this conference. They didn't see any reason, any reasonability in gracing the conference where lawyers of the biggest bar association are gathered. Where the biggest lawyers in Nigeria are gathered to discuss, the role or the roads towards justice, towards rule of law, and towards, a formidable legal system. They refuse to go there and talk. But today, they are deciding to go there. And the Mekel-led NBA administration decided to invite him. I see it as actually an abuse. A man who insulted the NBA and avoided to come to the conference, and you are inviting him again. You are giving him the opportunity to actually legitimize an illegal, a fraudulent government. Because the case is still in court. We cannot say that the election period is over. Of course, we cannot say that. There are bigger lawyers to invite. There are lawyers around the world to invite to come and speak to the issues. Not Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who does not have compassion, who does not have an understanding of the realities of the Nigerian people. And we saw it. Few days ago, he was at the State House, as for Mr. Mekel. Some weeks ago, he was busy supporting the DSS, who dehumanized an officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service, the prison services. And yet, this is a man that is still allowing this man to come and, speak in the conference. I feel like we are trying to abuse the rule of law the more. Now, there is a recent statistics that is going on, that we have a 0.41% adherence to rule of law. This is a shame. We are 114 of all the countries, about 140 countries that this particular assessment was done. Of 140 countries, we are 114 in people who adhere to rule of law. It is because of governments like this. It is because of parties like the APC. And it's unfortunate that the NBA is not speaking up. People are dying here and there. Lawyers are being oppressed. Justices are being abused. They don't speak up. But they are lying in the same bed with corrupt politicians. It's actually unfortunate. And I hope that they can wake up to the realities and begin to fight for, the masses of Nigeria and establish a better, opportunity for rule of law in Nigeria.
Yeah, there's something we say, the way we say the thing come as you talk. The painful aspect of it for me, when I talk say they pain me now, when they face waiting Nigerians they face now, and how the thing they take the pain Nigerians, especially now when we say raining season, we dey August, we dey end for August, and the flood where we know say they kill our people for Kogi State, even block road where we say nobody from Lagos, from the east go even fit access Abuja. They go on. I think say them go bring about that kind question, because question about where they talk about light. Since you no say light no day for Naija, I been just now you just know, because I hear say na local brought up where we say him be, even nobody know in origin, but I will get to that very origin, because I get one video when I want show that video they there for social media, everybody fit see him, where we say people where we say they know him even from childhood. One talk, I go bring that one. But I want to make we look to things so we say it's supposed to talk for there. Outside of saying one use MBA to try to legitimize his government. As you take talk, make I no go for that very line. You don't talk all that very one. But we look at the pressing issue that should be addressed. Raining season day, our people go soon begin to die, especially for Kogi State. All the riverine areas, even people where we say for Anambra, where we say Ogbaru side, very soon now, water from Cameroon go enter, and they don't issue out notice since. Even David Undeyin talk about this very something a while ago. Even he get video wey be saying talk some time ago say this disaster wey dey come every year, why we no dey prepared? And this time Cameroon don issue out warning. Tinubu go talk say they never tell am about that very something to deal with. You know, some things we say it depend because people go soon die now. Then go begin talk say make their souls rest in peace and all that. When they supposed take action. Let's take a listen waiting David Undeyin. I ain't take talk am. You understand before. Then we look at the letter wey come out from Cameroon wey talk say dem go soon open that dam. And we know say if they open that dam, the whole water go flood enter Nigeria and you go kill people. Why then they wait make this disaster happen? Why people no begin they talk to big people wey be say dem dey for NBA, wey be say dem fit even sue or something like that, make government for take action now. Why they know fit? Let's take a listen from David Undeyin and the things we say for Lam.
More than 500 people in Nigeria have lost their lives, and a further 90,000 homes have been submerged across 27 of Nigeria's 36 states, following catastrophic flooding, according to Nigeria's Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. Food and fuel supplies have been impeded, and around 1.4 million people have become displaced, according to the authorities. Now, the authorities claim that this crisis was caused in part by heavier than usual tropical rains, and also in part by the opening of the Lagdo Dam on the Lagdo Reservoir on the Benue River in northern Cameroon. Now, for those who may not know, the Lagdo Dam is an irrigation and hydropower dam built in northern Cameroon and opened in 1982 under the administration of President Adedayo. Now, when it was conceived, it was predicted that the dam would have an adverse effect downstream in Nigeria along the Benue estuary. Hence, Cameroon and Nigeria reached an agreement at the time, and under the terms of the agreement, Nigeria was supposed to build a shock absorber dam on its side of the border. Now, this dam was called the Dasin Hausa Dam. It was supposed to be situated in modern-day Adamawa State. Now, if this dam was built, it was supposed to irrigate about 150,000 hectares of farmland across Adamawa, Benue, and Taraba states, which, as we know, are Nigeria's food baskets in the Middle Belt. And it was also supposed to supply a further 300 megawatts of power to the national grid. Now, shortly after the project took off, Nigerian President Shehu Shagari was toppled in a military coup, which was led by none other than a certain Major General Muhammadu Buhari. Now, after Major General Buhari took office, one of the first things that he did was to stop the construction of the Dasin Hausa Dam, as well as that of several important development projects around Nigeria, such as, for example, the Lagos Urban Metropolitan Railway project. This was done supposedly because he sought to fight corruption. So, of course, you know exactly what happened next after this. The dam never got built. So basically, 40 years after, the estimated 45 million plus Nigerians who live anywhere in the lower Niger or the Benue Estuary Basin are at the mercy of floodwaters that are released from the Lagdo Dam whenever they are released. Now, when the reservoir levels at the Lagdo Reservoir get too high and the dam risks bursting, losing its structural integrity, the Cameroonians obviously have no choice than to open the dam. And this is exactly what happened in September when the Cameroonian state-owned power company, Enel Cameroon, that operates the dam, opened the dam. And as you can see on your screen, this is what happened. So this video from September 2022 shows the opening of Lagdo Dam after the reservoir hit 91% capacity. Now, naturally, as you'd expect, the Nigerian government's response has been the most predictable Nigerian government response ever, which is to blame Cameroon, because obviously it's never Nigeria's fault, it's always someone else's fault. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, this has to be stated here very clearly, that Cameroon is actually not to blame for opening the dam. The Lagdo Reservoir had hit 91% of its design capacity. Now, if the Cameroonians had not opened the dam and they had allowed the dam to burst, the result, which would have been a tidal wave of floodwater, would have been a lot worse for them and especially for us. So instead of 500 people dead, we might be talking about thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Nigerians dead if that were to have happened. So unlike how the Nigerian government is trying to frame it, this was not an act of international aggression. This was an act of mercy. It is not the Cameroonian government that is at fault for Nigeria failing to construct the Dasin Hausa Dam for almost 40 years now. That's the Nigerian government's failure. In fact, as recently as 2017, the current minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, still made a promise that by 2019 the Dasin Hausa Dam would have been completed. And here we are in 2022, 500 people dead, 1.4 million Nigerians displaced, no sign of the dam that was promised in 2019. So the scorecard is very clear. Woeful failure. So naturally, maybe he should be the next one to get the national honor.
So we don't hear as David Dunde take talk this thing and not be say this very something in talk today, but now like recap because in they talk every time. People will be say then they for government now, whether na placeholder them be or whether then go in through the window or something like that. It gets certain job where we say a day that you must deal with because every time there must not be a vacuum in government. So if you did there now, you start to look at what affect the people directly, as in right now, we know that whenever that dam that we are talking about is opened, people will die. So why is it not that we start taking action? And if Tinubu is not paying attention to that, why is it that people will not even start looking at that? Well, this is Cameroonian officials they are talking about opening the gates. So we can see that they have informed Nigeria. Small time now, them go talk say, they no tell them say they won't do them. Then don't talk this very something. See later when they take talk calm, as they take talk calm, as it take be. So make everybody know say, if then and then direct them to NEMA, which is Nigeria Emergency Management Agency. I beg, waiting at the top be say make our people no die. And I know say our own UC Maxwell, we be saying that Abuja, you know say if this thing happen, even people to cross enter Abuja, na this thing. But then what we say then they fly, make you remember say Max Air, even David Dunde again don't talk say na crash na in the wait Max Air if they enter them. That one another story for another day. But Maxwell help us tell our people how this rain they take affect people for that very Kogi area and other riverine areas where we say people go die. Make people who are supposed to take action, make them for take action. I beg.
Now, by the NEMA Act, that is the Establishment Act, and every other, agency that is responsible for the welfare of Nigerian citizens, they are supposed to be proactive in trying to curb certain things that, may affect the lives and properties of Nigerians. You see, there is a problem with the Nigerian system of relating to its people. Now, this is not a one-time thing. This is a recurring event that happens year in, year out. And every time that this dam is opened, lives are lost, properties are lost. And remember that by, Chapter 2 of the 1999 Constitution, the very, very fundamental principles, the very, very aim of every government, the primary purpose of each government is for the protection of lives and properties. So anything that the government that is doing and is not in line with the protection of lives and properties is babash, is rubbish. How can a government inform the Nigerian government of an impending crisis, of an impending flooding? And the government have done absolutely nothing about it. We have the National Orientation Agency, that is an agency under the Ministry of Communication and Information. Nothing has been communicated to the people, no information, no communication, no media house has been informed, absolutely nothing. We've gotten to a place where individuals now go and fetch the news. Individuals go and dig for the news, and these same individuals pass it across to the people. But we have people in these agencies, commissions, and ministries who end up receiving salaries for these same things that individuals are doing. It's actually unfortunate that an impending flooding is about to take place. This thing is not a new thing. Just recently, some months ago, we saw how many lives were lost in Trademore Estates here in Abuja, which is as a result of flooding. That was just a one-day rain. And people died, properties were lost in Trademore Estates here in Abuja. These are not the only things. By the time this Lagdo Dam is opened, you see in Benue State, you see flooding in Nasarawa State, you see flooding in Jos, you see flooding in Abuja, you see flooding in Niger State, you see in a lot of places across Nigeria. And there is absolutely no efforts from the government to see that these things are avoided. The government may come out to say that individuals are building houses in waterways and the rest. But by natural circumstances, this flood wouldn't have happened. It means that it is because of a human and artificial occurrence, the opening of the dam, that this flooding happened. So it behoves on the government to put in efforts, to put in every necessary measure and step to see that these things are curtailed. Because we cannot continue losing. It is as if every year we map out a certain number of Nigerians that will be lost to flooding, that will be lost to all kinds of, gory tales in Nigeria. And it is not supposed to be the case. So NEMA needs to be proactive. The federal government needs to be proactive. Of course, the federal government is led by an illegitimate government, by a fraudulent government. So what do we expect? But, those who are there must do the needful. The National Assembly, they must be seen at the forefront of, ensuring that they are people. Because the people even at the National Assembly are on the representative capacity of all the people in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Our own UC Max. Well, you don't help us analyze these things. I should say, no be only me, your analysis, they benefit everybody. But make we come back to studio because our time, don't they give us signal, and signal, be say make we for carry our kaya come out for studio. But before we do, as he says, Tama, they do mui.
Well, our use mouse don't talk and finish. You don't talk everything finish. But what I want to mouth be say, even Nigeria suppose get dam for that river Benue Basin. No be say every time we go dey at the mercy of Cameroon. Now this message don't come since last year. They ignore am. We know wetin happen that last year. So many lives and properties were lost. And on top that, say palliative wey dem give to share to the victim of those people, they pack am for inside one warehouse. E get one trending video wey I see online yesterday where people dey go break that warehouse. They carry up, bring out those palliative, cartons of indomie, bags of rice and cartons of tomatoes and everything. So maybe the government won't use them. They won't use and cash out on that side. They will use that so that when that thing happen now, they will use and collect money, send a palliative, but they don't go share to the people. I don't even know how this abolition this wicked.
Now I understand what you
yes. Talk. Those palliative last year were
then
not
they wait make the thing happen.
Make the thing happen.
So that they go take and collect money.
Okay. Say they are palliative. Now those palliative were not even shared. Now recently people go discover say e get palliative wey enter last year because of this flooding something, but they no share. So out of vex, people now they go carry those things, they break am. You no go blame people. Lives were lost, plenty lives were lost, properties were lost, and everything. And this government, they don't even care about the welfare of their citizens. People where they now, people where they represent.
And I remember there was one video that PO made that he was saying that the dredging of River Niger can actually help in reducing this flood.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay. We'll come back. We'll talk of all those ones when we come back because our time don't give us serious signal make we carry our kaya come out for studio. But before we come out, I go say make una like and share this video, make other obedience know wetin dey happen for Chicago State University, wetin dey happen for court for US, make other people know how we take think am for Obidate Family TV. Because here now for us to get credible information, come out and share am with Obidate family members so that hope go dey. We will come back again later, make we for gist on how other things and the origin of Tinubu, where somebody translate, give us, we go share them with una. With that very one, we go say thank una, make una like, share. Now the thing we wanna fit do for P2B for now. Until we come back again, as NJ they always talk, he say we love you now, but God love you more. Bye for now.